So what's happening is the first video I get to put out for the year 2026. And some changes came about. You would know me for a long time, the Security National Mortgage Company, phenomenal organization, was there 9 years. Had to move into a world where there's a lot more opportunity with respect to the DSCR product. So that took me to a year with cross country. Now, as of today, I sit in front of you as the Executive Vice President of Investment Lending for North American Financial out of Las Vegas. So North American Financial Corp came to me. We talked. We actually got introduced by a third party. Good friend, Corey, I appreciate you. And as a result of that conversation, led to the evolution of not just going to work for another company, not just originating for another company, but merging the brand with another company where the Aaron Chapman brand to push real estate investment finance is now backed by North American Financial Corp. So if you go to aaronchapman.com, you'll see Executive Vice President, North American Financial Corp, or the Aaron Chapman brand powered by North American Financial Corp. So very, very, very cool stuff happening. What does that mean? What does that do for you as the real estate investor? Well, in the past, when it comes to the market, when it comes to what loan products are available, it's waiting for corporate to decide what they're going to do. A lot of conversations in that respect. There's back and forth conversations with with secondary markets deciding what might work, what might not work. The negotiations were based upon people that had a basic idea of what the market was demanding as the trickle up request came from the street. Well, me being on the street all the time and now being in the executive part, it now gives me the capability to have direct influence over what we should be looking at for the real estate investor. Now, not also influencing to do something stupid because we got to protect the organization, right? We've got to protect that source of capital. We got to make sure it's a source of capital we continue to use. So it's being able to straddle this line that actually gets to get a lot thinner than what it was before. So that's a very, very good thing for all of us. Also on an executive level versus on a street level, changes the margins a little bit. And that's a big, big, big difference for you. So if you want to know what that means, change the margins, it means the difference in interest rate, difference in price, difference in cost. That has a benefit to you. So reach out to me. We'll talk about that and how it affects you, the real estate investor. I've always preached it's not about the rate because it's not. But if there's an opportunity to do all these things I talked about and give you a much better rate, why would we not do that? So something we need to want to make sure you knew and you were aware of. Other thing, don't have it in front of me. We are literally 7 days away. This gets released. It's out there. You can find it on Amazon, Redden Economics. On the 22nd, we're going to do a hard push to get the ebook, the $1.99 ebook on the 22nd. So I'm going to be beating on you guys about that. There is a lot tied up in this thing. This has over $200,000 invested in it. And that's not a joke. You can hold literally nearly $100,000 worth of artwork in your hands for $27. And I'm not kidding you. There's over $100,000 worth of hand-painted art in here that I want everybody to look at and appreciate. I mean, that's just one of them. This was gold leaf. I got the original over there. My little brother did some amazing things. My younger brother did some amazing stuff with this book. So I want you guys to get your hands on that. What this talks mainly about, for the most part, is anything you want you can have, but you got to know what you're willing to pay for. And a lot of it is the stress, it's the pain, it's the pressure, it's the work that goes behind getting whatever it is that you want. Everything is there available to you. It's just how badly do you want it? And most of the things we're chasing, guys, we're chasing a feeling. Think about that. You want the lower rate because you want to feel like you got the better rate than the guy down the street from you. You want to have more money because you want to feel more secure. You want to be able to do all the things. You just have the experience. You want to feel like you're doing something other people get to do. You want the exclusivity. Well, guys, you can have those feelings all you want. It's all written in here. You can create all that for yourself. You don't have to go have things. What's interesting about having things, once you get them, it's not a big deal. I mean, I'm a watch guy. I love watches. This one, I've got this one. This was on the cover. I've got several more. Phenomenal. Oh, man, I want to get that watch. You get it? What's it feel like? It feels like you have a watch on your freaking wrist. I remember what it was like to get my first six-figure month. When it felt like to make six figures, felt like Tuesday. And I think it probably was Tuesday. Guys, it doesn't change anything. We got to get to a point where you're finding it in here that change that value to have for yourself. Speaking of other values, we're looking in the market today. Look at what's going on in silver. Very interesting to see what China's doing. They're dominating the market. They control 60 to 70% of the global silver refining. And now they're putting export restrictions, right? There's going to be there's more and more constriction. What's also when you consider Wall Street, there's a lot of paper trading of silver. It's contracts that they're trading. There's nobody holding this physical because it's easy to click a button, trade it, click a button, get in it, click a button, get out of it. And they're keeping it kind of a price suppression, if you will, because they don't have to take ownership. But when you take ownership, it changes things. We talked about the value of this many times on here. This 1 ounce gold coin minted for $20. This $20 not equal this $20. It's something about holding this $20. This is the physical silver right here. I'm a big fan of holding physical silver. Now, it's something that's kind of hard to store and hard to pack around. I'm a big fan of holding that. I'm of the mindset you got to have enough to support yourself for a year in multiple different places, whether it be crypto, whether it be silver, whether it be gold, whether it be cash, whether it be other things, something that will create cash flow. Cash flow keeps you in food, keeps you in clothing, keeps the lights on, keeps the power of the water running. But assets is what build wealth. Now, these assets, these, as far as I'm concerned, it's just Aaron Chapman. This is fallback position. Since silver's gone way up since we bought it, we got it way back. My wife's like, when are we selling? I'm like, we're not. She goes, why would we not sell? I said, I didn't buy it as an investment to get in and out of. We got it as a security instrument. Because if we go to this, if the world goes to this and we have to exist off of that, I guarantee we're going to these. You're going to need these two guys. So I'm of the mindset when we go to this, the world's going to this, and we're having to defend ourselves. It could get really freaking ugly. I'm not saying that it's going to. I'm just telling you that's my feeling, that if this is the predominant way that we live, we will also be living by these. And in the United States, I've said before, we are the largest standing armed force on the planet. The armed U.S. citizen, period. Nothing bigger than what we have. So know that. You guys are part of the biggest, baddest army that exists as far as the most well-armed. I'm not sure about the baddest. There's some bitches out there you don't want to give a gun to, but that's where we exist in. So let's get into the market. So you even come here. You come here to talk about, one, the move, executive vice president, which is really, really cool for you guys. Reach out to me. We'll talk about why. And then what's happening in the mortgage-backed securities. Well, look at this line that we'd established way back. You know, this is the value of the security when they announced quantitative easing right here, way back in 2008. This is the end of the day's trading, the day they announced quantitative easing, and we still keep bouncing on that top. Now, it's either that top is going to weaken, we're going to break through, it's going to show so stinking much strength that's going to reiterate all the way back that is the top, as it has been doing for a very long time. This is back September 22 when we broke through it. And now we're at January 26, and we have yet to decisively get above that. So what does that mean? We could be back in here. So if you're not locking, it means you are betting. If you're not locking, you're sitting here talking about interest rates, and you're not locking, it's because you're betting that we're going to do some quantitative easing and push ourselves up here. We haven't seen it this entire time since we broke below that line in August of 22. August of 22, we broke through that. September 22, we broke through this. And we maintained that position ever since. So letting you guys know that that's where the market sits. We are literally at the highest point the mortgage-backed securities have seen since we broke through it back in 2022, back here, September 22. We're at that highest point, and I don't know how much longer. I mean, we hit it, and we just keep bouncing on right here. It could come down if it does. Interest rates go up. That is what we're looking at. There's a lot of reasons why the market's doing what it's doing, but doesn't matter what it's doing. When we have that barrier and shows that barrier is that strong, that's just what I'm looking at. Doesn't mean I'm right, but I keep seeing it. So if you're thinking about silver, gold, look into those things, guys. Get into that, but I also say get some of that too. This is a tradable commodity as well. It's also something to kind of keep track of your stuff with. I appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you on Friday. We're going to have more information to talk about right here.